Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Wednesday, November 8th, 2017. Just to give everyone a heads up, I'll be taking next week Tuesday off for my daughter's birthday, and next week is the last week of shows before I take a week-long break. There won't be any episodes between November 20th and November 24th, except if something major happens, then there will be a special guest host. For the middle of the week, we begin with Battlerite, coming out of Steam's Early Access and going completely free-to-play as it was always intended. Death Coming also left Early Access after only a day, making it the fastest game to enter and leave the program. However, after uploading version 428, they had noticed that some people were leaving comments that their game could not be found as an early access title anymore, and discovered that they had accidentally released it. Valve is now telling them that they cannot go back, so they've decided to run with it and still consider their game to be in early access. Currently, it has a 35% off discount, and not only does it look fun, I bought it simply based on the dev's honesty. That and it's less than $5 at the moment. Our final release announcement is for Final Fantasy XV's expansion called Comrades, releasing next week on November 15th. Our first bit of update news is for Rainbow Six Siege, with Ubisoft showing off the first look at Mokmyeok Tower, the next level coming, set in South Korea. If you want to watch the full trailer, there's a link to it in the description down below, along with timestamps and links for sources for all of today's stories. IO Interactive announced alongside their Game of the Year edition of Hitman that they are working on another installment of the series. They don't plan on releasing any more details, though, until sometime 2018. The longest strike in the entertainment industry has finally ended. Video game voice actors that are members of the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, went on strike back in October of 2016 after failing to negotiate contracts with larger gaming companies such as EA. This new deal guarantees bonus payments for recording, protection for stress on the voice, and transparency on the projects they're working on. Considering voice actors have been liable for some of the major leaks in video games, I could imagine that some publishers aren't too happy with transparency, but also considering that many voice actors have absolutely no clue what game they're working on until long after that game comes out, I think this is probably for the better. Now let's just hope that EA doesn't make us read text for every game for the sake of keeping their secrets. Moving on from there, aside from sending cease and desist letters to popular modding sites, Take-Two has made some rather interesting statements lately. One of these is them hinting at a new installment for a major franchise. They could have been talking about the game that Gearbox has said that they're working on, which is most likely Borderlands 3 or another series that they publish. Some hope that it's BioShock and will lead to disappointment if it's anything other than BioShock. In other financial results, Take-Two has revealed that 48% of their revenue comes from microtransactions and DLC, mainly from NBA 2K18 and GTA. Also revealing they had a $2.7 million loss, but remain optimistic for its profits for the next fiscal year. Maybe the way they're going to recover these profits is by pushing microtransactions, or as they so politely put it, recurrent consumer spending opportunities. Yeah, be sure to add that to your list of bullshit terms. In a conference call with 2K, CEO Strauss Zelnick stated to investors they aim to have recurrent consumer spending opportunities for every title that we put out from this company. Because gamers have stopped engaging in games for tens of hours and instead have an ongoing engagement with games, all of a sudden that new BioShock game doesn't feel like it would be a good idea. In the same call, Zelnick said that they take feedback about recurrent consumer spending opportunities not only very, very seriously, but really seriously. He said the company received pushback about the recurrent consumer spending opportunities, and they are concerned about any perception and any negative feedback. This apparently contradicts his previous statement about wanting to add recurrent consumer spending opportunities to every game, because he should know that adding recurrent consumer spending opportunities to every game will generate negative feedback. Recurrent consumer spending opportunities are not something that the general public wants. Recurrent consumer spending opportunities are just something that people deal with. Would you kindly stop adding them? And quickly before we move on to the main topic for today, Nintendo has completely shut down Miiverse and created this mosaic from uploaded posts. In the next few weeks, you should receive an email with your entire post history. And that brings us to our final topic today, once again about one of our favorite things, loot boxes. For those of you who may be thinking that I'm covering this too much, I don't believe I am, it's just that there's so much bullshit happening around them lately. Guild Wars 2 is our primary subject, but this story takes place in 3 parts involving 3 very different games. Introduced today were 31 mount skins, one of them costing around $25 and the other 30 are only obtainable through loot boxes, which cost around $5 each. Many players are upset by this because one of the goals of the game upon reaching the highest level is to start farming for cosmetics, and they are not upset because they are being sold or the price, but because they cannot buy directly what they want. Trying to complete that collection is just going to get exponentially more costly. Developer ArenaNet is aware of the backlash and have opened a thread on their forum to take any feedback that players may have. Be sure to leave a comment on their forum forum if you play, but I have a feeling your words will fall on deaf ears. Next up, we have EA trying yet again to turn around Battlefront 2 after the beta revealed how much of the game's progression was tied into buying loot boxes, so much so that practically everyone agrees that the game is pay to win. Producer Paul Kesslin claims, the beta was a place we were experimenting with things, meaning the open beta, the thing we were meant to play to not only test their servers for them, but also to try out to see if we like, cannot be relied on. Great job, EA! First of all, you have never done this before. I remember the beta for Battlefield 1 was pretty much the exact same game on launch, but then you treat us like a science experiment and we should all be so honored. Going on to say that we could imagine the reason for doing so and stated that it was to give players an opportunity to, hopefully, try things that they are not normally going to try. That is not the fucking reason that I imagined, and I already know that I don't want a fucking pay-to-win system! And then we have to cover this one because it's not only a great example of loot boxes not being necessary in a game, but I get to criticize Blizzard for saying something stupid. CEO and co-founder Mike Morhaime does not believe that Overwatch should be included in the current loot box controversy and claims that there is nothing wrong with randomized items given as a reward. And to that, I completely agree, stopping at when real money is added into the equation. And so I have to ask, does Overwatch offer loot boxes for real money? And of course that answer is yes. Overwatch is the perfect example of a game that does not require loot boxes. It doesn't contribute anything to the game and is only there to generate more revenue. Finally saying, if you're going to talk about these things, then you have to look at it as, well, are people trying to make money doing this? And yes! You and your company are trying to make money doing this! Also, I'm gonna look at it whatever fucking way I want to look at it, buddy. Other people being able to make a living at selling digital items they earn from games is not really a problem in our hobby, and they definitely exist. If we got rid of gambling mechanics, these people would not be able to operate at anywhere near the capacity they are operating at now. Do you feel Overwatch should be exempt from the current loot box controversy, or how do you feel they rank up against a system like CSGO's? Let me know in the comment section down below. Which of these is your favorite? It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Galactic Orbit Death Sport, Metro Conflict, The Origin, The Scrungeon Depths, Blasteron, Transroad USA, Happy Neighbors, Illville, Return Instructions, The Hospital, Allison's Diary, Serious Sam 3 VR, BFE, The Ghosts of Hackney Mills, Clash of Robots, Romans from Mars, Castaway VR, and Superflight. For PlayStation 4, Ace of Seafood, and Siberia 3. For Xbox One, Siberia 3. For Nintendo Switch, Talomer, Koi DX, Octodad, Deadliest Catch, Maria the Witch, and Super Putty Squad. For PlayStation Vita, Matilda Castilla EX, Cursed Castilla. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And Call of Duty World War II is so realistic. Even the servers are from 1941. Bring on the COD fanboys! Yeah, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from COD players about that joke. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. It's just a joke. The servers aren't really from 1941. The game is from 2017. So, yay. Now that I've ruined that joke. I have gotten some downvotes and stuff from players like that, from like COD players, like hardcore COD players, hardcore Nintendo players. It's really a lot of the hardcore people. They're like, you can't say anything about Nvidia. You can't say anything about Nintendo. Don't say anything bad about the game I like. Well, but like I can, and I did hit the like button buy, or dislike button buy. Besides, most of the stuff I say on this show, like I do mean it, but a lot of it's over exaggerated because it's funny. It sells. People like seeing that sort of thing. And I just realized that I should have checked my audio before recording, and I didn't. So Dandruff is going to check it right now and realize that the audio's fine. Yay! Audio's fine. I don't have to go back and record the whole episode while I am recording the end card. Yay! That would have been really bad. I meant to check it after the first, my first recording session, because then only the first 10 minutes would have been messed up, and that would have been a lot easier to deal with. But I forgot to do that, but it's all fine. Yay! So, remember everybody, next Tuesday, no show. I kind of just need a break anyway, but it works out because it's my daughter's birthday. Next Tuesday, no show, so 3 more shows, a day off, 3 more shows, a week off. Yay! 3-day weeks. So, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Whiskers is going to be our guest host. If you guys hadn't figured that out yet, I'm probably going to send him a picture of the wall here, which then he can green screen that, and it's all good. So you'll still have the nice wall. It'll just be green screened. This isn't green screen now. I just want everybody to know that this is not a green screen. These are real games. These are real game cases. Real games in them. These, let's see. Prince of Persia. There you go. Prince of Persia. Come on, open up Prince of Persia. There you go. See? And look, the game is easily accessible. Like that. You can just take it out. Go play your PlayStation game. And then you go put it back here on the wall. Close it up. And it's all good. See, very functional wall. I made sure that it did that. The only game you can't open is this one because it's actually still in its sealed wrapper. Yay! Zelda Wind Waker HD still in its wrapper, but I want to play it. I should have bought 2, because that game could be worth this game could probably worth probably about $100 in about 5-6 years. So we'll see. If it stays in its case, it probably won't stay in its case. I'll probably take it out and play it, because that's what I do. I play video games. I don't know what else to say about loot boxes today, because, really, what else do you say about loot boxes? I'm really happy that I was able to criticize Blizzard and call them stupid for this, because really, it is. And I feel like on this show, I love Blizzard. I really, really love Blizzard. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Blizzard games. These are some of my favorite games, especially these down here. These are some of my favorite games, okay? Played WoW for 5 years. This one's my wife's, this one's mine, or this one's my wife's, this one's mine. I don't know. One of them is my wife's. That's why we have 2, and I gotta fix this here. Okay. But, if I can criticize Blizzard, I fucking will, and I will call them an idiot. I will call them stupid. None of the things that they said in those articles made a lick of sense. Not a single one. That being said, after I'm done editing this show, and while it's rendering, I'm gonna go play WoW. So, it's fine. Just don't participate in the loot boxes. I would like a lot of loot boxes from Overwatch. I'm just not going to buy any on principle. I will get them with my levels because for some stupid reason the game has to have a progression system and the loot box system tied to that. But whatever. It is what it is. There's something I need to correct from yesterday, even though this is at the now the middle of the end card. Yemto, I'm sorry. Yemto, I messed up your name. Yemto, actually, I messed up his name so much, he made a YouTube video explaining to me how to say his name, Yemto. Thank you, Yemto. I'm sorry, Yemto. There you go, because I screwed up your name. I said it like a dozen times. Yemto. I have it right now. Not going to mess it up. Please stay a patron. Please stay a patron. I'm sorry, Yemto. There we go. I will make sure that I'm not going to screw your name up in the future. Yemto. Thank you very much, Yemto. All right. So if you want your name read a bunch here, just make sure I screw it up, and then I'll do it a bunch. I love this show. Thank you guys so much. Oh, crap. I forgot to write the... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I just realized I got to send out the thank you note for patrons. I didn't do that this month. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's a thing Dandruff has to do today, or at least by the end of the week. I don't know. I'll try to get that done. Yeah. I'm really stressed out. This is week 9, and usually week 9 and 10 are the worst. I'm sorry for that. This show takes a lot out of me. Thankfully, though, I'm actually nowhere near that point, because I have a co-writer now, Whiskers. By the way, Whiskers is not writing the whole show, okay? I will admit, these last 2 shows, he's done a lot more writing than normal. I try to have him do maybe 1 or 2, but, he understands, too, that, I'm getting really stressed out. It's taking me longer to do less work because I'm stressed out, and he has been writing a little bit more. Today, he wrote the... he included that wonderful BioShock joke. That wonderful BioShock reference and joke. That was amazing. You can all thank him for that. But he also did the whole thing on... Oh, geez, I have it right here. He did the whole thing on Take-Two. Yeah, he did the whole thing on Take-Two. He did the voice... No, I did the voice actor strike. He did the IO Interactive thing. And the... Yeah. I did, I'm still doing, most of the writing of the show. Alright, I just want to point that out. I'm still doing the most of the writing of the show. Trying to figure out what he did. I did Battlerite. I did Death Coming. I did Final Fantasy 15. I did Rainbow Six Siege. He did IO working on new Hitman. I did, Did I do the voice actor strike? I think he did the voice actor strike. me go back and read the thing now. Yay, behind the scenes stuff. But like, no, he's not writing the entire show for me. And the camera's about to shut down from heat. So social media links are over here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my show. Oh, jeez, I just drew a blank. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. Patreon, the best one, because I love you, you love me, and you love giving me your money. We're changing this up, and we're going to be doing subscribing up here now. Subscribe up here, and click down here to watch yesterday's episode, which was about... God damn it! God damn it! Yesterday's episode was about Telltale Games laying off 90% of its staff, or 90 people. 90% of its staff. Why did I put 90% of its staff? They didn't lay off 90% of its staff. They laid off 90 people, and I had fixed the typo in the title. Bye, everybody!